what they'd like to do this evening.
Hello. Last night at the radio station, I had the microphone turned around backwards, which is kind of symbolic of the way things have always gone with the Lone Star Dead. And that's the way it is. How is everybody tonight? Thank you all for coming out here. Benefits. Caitlin has always done benefits from the very beginning. The benefit of the doubt was, I think, our very first one a long, long time ago. Lone Star Dead has been around since the inception of Caitlin, and I'm very proud of that. Very, very, very proud of that. And tonight we're here for a special reason. They've even got a fan on, you know, which makes you feel even cool. So I wrote a few words about my friend, and I'd like to read this, and then Steve will come up and he'll finish us off. So this is called Remembering Eric Schwartz. Tonight we honor our brother Eric, so let that sink in for a minute. Take a big breath in. Hold it. And now let the bad air out. Repeat that as necessary. I want to thank you for being a part of this special moment. So thank you so much. I offer a special thank you to those who contributed to getting this plaque done, which we'll show in a few minutes. You people in our Deadhead community are very special, and I love you all for the support and the camaraderie and for the help on the way. We will survive. Yes, we will. To Eric's family, Phyllis and Jamie and Peter and Desiree, I send my continued love and support. I know in my heart of hearts that Eric's memory is and will continue to be a blessing for us all. So we will get by. Eric Schwartz. For more than 30 years, Eric held sway on Friday nights. Think about that. There's some of you who weren't even born when Eric started that show. I did the show for 10 years and I thought I was something else. But then there was Eric, and he was really something else. For 30 years he gave up his, I left page 2 out of this. Well, thank you all for coming. 30 years he gave up his Friday nights for you and for me. Eric and his little skull, they lit up the mic and his little Facebook postings that he did every week. And then there was the music, and then there were the listeners, the phone callers, the letter writers, the lonely, the incarcerated in jail, Deadheads one and all, who enjoyed the start of the weekend with some good old Grateful Dead.
Hey, hey.
Hello Friday, you used to say. Hello Deadheads. Eric gave us that much, and he gave us so much more. Who was this Eric guy? Who was he? Well, I know this much, he was from Boston. That's for sure, he sounded like it. He got on the bus in like 1980 or 81, and by 1884 he was with Daniel Boone, and in 1982 he was on the road. He was traveling, he was touring, he was journaling, he was journeying, and he was going across America. He was living the vibe that you and I can only dream about nowadays.
Amen.
Eric sent cards and letters to his mother telling him that he was fine and the car was still running and he was in Boise or Seattle or somewhere. He used to send Hallmark cards with these perforated sheets to people to keep them happy. And I don't blame them. That perforated goodness. There was kind buds, there were kind friends, there was all kind of music, and there was our inspiration. I'm getting close. There was our inspiration for us all. There was our spiritual guide, a guy named Jerome G, Jerry G, Captain Trips, Jerry. Woo! Jerry and Eric. They're together now forever.
And Phil.
Eric was always in that gimme cap, and always with that infectious smile. I learned something on Eric's deathbed. Underneath that gimme cap, he was bald. And, I knew Eric for more than 40 years, and I never knew he was bald. But his mother Phyllis said, that's him. He's hiding out. We'd go on tour together and sleep in hotel rooms, I'd wake up at 3 in the morning, Eric would be lying over there with this hat on. Anyway, I digress. He always had that infectious smile. Always. He wore a work cap and a work shirt until 5 p.m. And then he put on the Jerry cap and a Lone Star Dead t-shirt. That was Eric. The bull blend in one hand. And a ciggy in the other. Did I mention Eric was a deadhead? I thought they were coming to get us. Well, yes, he was a deadhead. He was a deadhead. He came to an event that I hosted in 1987 at the Theater Gallery, Logan's old club. And it was a promotion for In the Dark. I had swag, I had stickers. I presented a light show. There were some good joints, and there was a good time for all who attended. We had a great time. That was a Lone Star Dead event. Eric asked me if I had any Grateful Dead 45s. Why, yes I do, I told him. And that started it all. Right then and right there. Right then and right there. Eric and I started and shared a love for all things deadheadish. But those 45s were something else. He went after them with a passion. He'd get this Gold Mine magazine that had print so small an ant couldn't read it. He'd go through that Gold Mine magazine, hey, Grateful Dead, I'm bidding on something. What is it? What page? Somewhere in the 20s. And that keeps you busy for about 4 months trying to find it. But the auction had ended, about 2 minutes after you told me that anyway. Those 45s or something else. He got all my doubles, and then he began collecting in earnest. Eric would pour over that Gold Mine magazine, and you couldn't even read it. Imagine. It was his passion. And he soon had the collection to beat all collections. But that was just one thing. There were tapes. Woo! Lots of tapes. A whole world of deadheads was involved in the taping community.
Amen.
And back in those days when Jerry was still alive, waited for that mailman to come with a box of 10 Maxells, XL2Ss, no Dolby, thank goodness. And there'd be the latest tour from Ventura, Eel River, whatever, with new Jerry stuff, new Grateful Dead stuff. Oh boy, those were the days. It was a whole world of deadheadism, the tape traders. What are you doing? What do you want? What do you got? What don't I have? Tape trading, boy howdy. Eric embraced the tape trading scene, and soon he owned that too. His collection of dead tapes grew, and his focus grew too. Before long, Eric had the largest single collection of Jerry Garcia music of anybody in the United States or in the world. And it was always fun. Every week, new stuff was in the mailbox, new stuff. The radio show, Eric took that over in 1993, and it grew, and it grew, and it grew. For more than 30 years, Eric hosted the Lone Star Dead every Friday night from 8 to 10. You can check them like clockwork. Friday nights, the Lone Star Dead is on the air. More than 30 years, longer than some of us have been alive. Like a clockwork. Like new tapes, like pledge drives, like benefits, like t-shirts, and all the community spirit. That was Eric. The Lone Star Dead's history is as storied and as old as KNON is. The Dead scene is just like community radio. They go hand in hand. Both scenes embody the essence of community. The spirit, the family, the shared values, the vibe, these and all, there's so much more. Eric lived that spirit, and he is that spirit today. So I want y'all to carry the spirit with you. We will get by. I love you, Eric. And, oh, okay. I'm sorry. Here's
Get
what.
my good side.
Here is good stuff.
What good side?
No,
Yeah,
no.
that's better.
Oh, there you go.
In front of me.
You gotta get the fan.
So here what we did recently. Steve said one night, we need to do something for Eric. And we looked around the station and there was all these plaques. And so we decided it's time to do a plaque for Eric. So a lot of people donated to this, and this is it.
And this guy helped organize the donors and getting the money together. So thank you, Dave.
Well, Steve Tallison is our, if you don't know him yet,
That disembodied voice you hear on Friday nights.
he is the new voice of the Lone Star Dead. This is our future.
Thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Dave kind of took what I was going to say there at the end about community and everything, because obviously with the news yesterday, it all kind of hit everybody, and we're having this tonight, talking about losing some part of that community. And I look around, although I can kind of barely see with these lights in my face, but just generationally, we've got people that have been at it, or someone saw their first show in 1969, we were talking about earlier, way back in the day. And we've got kids over here younger than me, so great. Thank you all for coming out, and thank you for being part of this wonderful community and supporting this little community radio station and keeping the music alive, because the music never stops. And we're going to put this up in the studio soon. Thank you, Dave. I think we're going to give away some stuff here in a minute.
We've got some auction and raffle stuff. We have a costume contest. Dave's going to take care of that. And we'll do some raffling and auction now, and then we'll do one raffle and one auction at the next split. So y'all hang around. Thank you all so much for coming out and being a part of this. And